Placentia, just 1 second.
This is our part of our intro.
Oh, is it okay?
It is.
I just wanted to wait till Valerie
I
got
know it's a
up
little
here.
bit different.
Okay, all right.
I'm Rhonda Shader, the Mayor Pro Tem, and before we officially start, I'd like to introduce you to Placentia, California, a city of 53,000 people in North Orange County, just minutes from Disneyland. Placentia's roots are a rich heritage of farming, locomotives, orange trees, and oil, a hub of activity and growth in its early years, and a population and development boom in the 70s created a very desirable, robust area. That included winning the title of All-America City in 1971. Since these glory days, Placentia has struggled to obtain financial security, and as such, many parts of our town have become dilapidated, especially our beloved Old Town. However, Placentia has a bright future, as a renaissance of sorts is happening within Placentia. With the help of generous citizens, elected officials, and excellent city staff, we are on the move. In our presentation, we will discuss specific plans underway to bring the railroad back to Placentia and revitalize our Old Town, including a transit-oriented district that will change the course of history for us. Next, we will share about a wave of healthier living being made available to all the people in our town. Finally, the story of a citizens task force that is helping us chart the course for economic changes and financial security. We are ready when you are to welcome you aboard.
Are you ready?
All aboard!
Good morning. My name is Luis Estevez. I'm the Director of Public Works for the City of Placentia, and I'm introducing our transit-oriented development and Old Town Placentia revitalization projects. In 1880, Samuel Kramer convinced the Santa Fe Rail Company to lay tracks through what was then a dusty outpost in North Orange County. The arrival of the train gave birth to the center of the citrus industry in Placentia, which grew from a rural community clustered next to the train tracks, next to the modern city it is today. The train depot closed in the late 1960s and resulted in a decline in Old Town. But the newest commuter train station built in Orange County in the last 15 years will be built in the same spot where the original Santa Fe depot once stood. And we'll break ground this fall, and along with it, signal the revival of the city's Old Town and the creation of a brand new transit-oriented district. Extensive civic engagement with the community was key in the successful creation of the final plans. This effort involved more than 35 public meetings over the course of 2 years to receive public input from the community to craft and adopt 2 distinct project plans. The public investment in a new commuter train station will be the catalyst from which private economic development and business expansion can be made possible. The city's focus was not on a quick fix to attract big corporate businesses, but was designed to craft regulations that allow for change to occur slowly and organically over time, allowing existing property owners, many who have lived in this community for generations, the ability to determine their own destinies. Together, we have laid the groundwork for future generations to preserve their community and determine for themselves their rich heritage and bright future.
Good morning, buenos dias. My name is Rosalina Davis, and my family and I have owned a full-service Mexican restaurant in Old Town since 1965. When you walk along the streets of Placencia's Old Town, you might not guess its history. Once the center of the Orange County citrus industry, the Old Town remains frozen in time. It's hard to imagine the brink of a renaissance that is currently underway. In a predominantly bedroom community, Placencia has a tiny cluster of family-owned Mexican restaurants in Old Town that makes this area very popular and unique. The decades following the 60s would see the mostly Mexican-American farming community in Placencia replaced with white-collar workers, but the Old Town continued to stand still within time. The merchants are very excited and thrilled with the Old Town Master Plan because it will create an economic motor in Old Town that will benefit the entire city as well as the surrounding communities. As a business owner in Old Town, I believe that through productive discussions with the City of Placencia and our monthly merchants meetings, we crafted collaborative and acceptable compromise to retain longtime family businesses in perpetuity for future generations, while at the same time moving forward and revitalizing a community. This serves as a positive and innovative model to all communities. We do have a rich heritage and a bright future.
Hola, my name is Letty and I run a community-based organization called Lot 318 in the La Jolla community, located about 1 mile walk from Old Town Placentia. La Jolla is a primarily small, Spanish-speaking community plagued by poverty, gang, and crime. There are many challenges faced by this community. The health of Placentia residents is among the worst in Orange County. A recent study by St. Jude Medical Center ranked health disparity for La Jolla residents the worst based on an index of socioeconomic indicators. One contributor to the disparity is a lack of transportation. With 0 bus routes, stops and routes through La Jolla, public transportation to parks, shopping, and other activities are difficult and present a significant barrier for residents. Better transportation options are clearly needed. Also, La Jolla families lack options for affordable housing and find themselves in overcrowded living situations. On average, as many as 14 people reside in a place designed for a family of 4. To help this transformation, the City of Placentia adopted an amendment to the zoning code with specific standards to allow mixed-use, pedestrian-oriented retail, a residential district, creating opportunities for a one-of-a-kind destination within walking distance of the La Jolla neighborhood. The positive impact and the convenience of living near a train station provides a foundation for revitalization of our neighborhood and response to the lack of transportation in La Jolla. Leveraging this significant asset to transform this area is at the heart of the vision and no doubt will continue our rich heritage and will provide a brighter future.
Through planning and visioning for the revitalization of Old Town, the city has enacted social equity by intent through policy changes that cannot easily be undone by future elected officials. Our development motto, Rich Heritage, Bright Future, is the perfect description of our Old Town revitalization plan, a plan that will preserve and enhance the current historic portions of Old Town while providing opportunities for a vibrant, thriving area and return it to its bustling past. Go.
Hi, I'm Sandra Gonzalez. I am the Director of Community Services, and I am here to ask you, what makes a healthy community? It is a place that is continually improving and expanding resources for their people to develop to their maximum potential. And while Placentia has a thriving economy, there are pockets, like any city, that do currently experience poverty, high rates of disease, and less access to open space. So in these areas, 12% of the population fall below the national poverty rate. And we know that people in poverty are more likely to have chronic disease and difficulty accessing health care. So this created a great opportunity for the city to step up and figure out how do we become a model healthy city. So we put the word out to our stakeholders and quickly had over 20 partners come to the table in healthcare, faith-based, nonprofits, business, chamber, the city, the police department, towards this common agenda. The Get Healthy Placentia Strategic Initiative is a 5-year roadmap that states our top priorities and goals as it relates to building a healthy city. The efforts in this plan focus on providing inclusive, cost-free access to necessities such as healthy food options and policies that are conducive to physical activity and wellness. Now, one of our partners, Tracy Briers from St. Jude Medical Center, is joining us, and she will review our key outcomes that provide our greater health for all Placentia residents regardless of socioeconomic status.
Rich Heritage, Bright Future. That's the title of the draft general plan that focuses on environmental justice, health, and wellness for the city of Placentia. The past 18 months, both civic and community successes have been acknowledged. We have seen the passage of the Healthy Eating, Active Living Resolution by the City Council and achieving the active designation based on the number of land use, healthy food retail, and worksite wellness policies passed, the implementation of the soda-free summer campaign, and the completion of the Resident Leadership Academy training. Increased physical activity opportunities have been realized through the installation of fitness equipment in 4 parks in low-income communities, the implementation of 4 themed community summer walks, and expanded services of community pools. Increased access to affordable, healthy food, nutrition, and health education has been accomplished by increasing the number of organic certified farmers market locations with EBT and nutrition education at city, school, and community events. Together, Placentia continues to create a culture of wellness, thereby sustaining a rich heritage and bright future for all.
My name is Rosanna Ramirez, and I'm the Director of Administrative Services for the City of Placentia. There are not many cities that would put the future of its fiscal health in the hands of a group of residents representing all walks of life within the city. But when Placentia was faced with a grim 5-year financial crisis, that is exactly what we did. In 2013, Placentia was at a crossroads. Like virtually every other municipality across the country, the city faced a growing and dangerous fiscal crisis. This crisis, which was a result of the compounded effects of years of deficit spending and a troubled economic climate, left the city with less than $1.5 million in reserves and a grim financial forecast showing the budget deficit growing from $2.8 million in 2013 to an estimated $5 million shortfall in 2017-18. How Placentia chose to respond to this crisis would determine the future of the city for many years to come. In this project, Placentia demonstrated a collective representation of the power of community and results-driven findings from a small group of passionate individuals working together towards a common goal. Here's one of our task force members.
Thank you, Rosanna. My name is Glenn Casterline, and I was one of the 7 members of the task force. Our group was comprised of individuals with diverse backgrounds. It included an artist, an engineer, an arborist, a regional manager from a very large distribution center, a public finance advisor, and 2 retirees. We live in all different parts of the city, from the greatest disadvantaged area to the most affluent. We started meeting in the spring of 2015, and we submitted our final report to City Council in September of 2017. During that time, we conducted 33 public meetings, most of which averaged about 4 to 5 hours long. And during those meetings, city staff was very patient and transparent with the information they presented to us. They wanted us to understand the factors behind the city's ongoing structural deficit. In our final report to City Council, we emphasized the importance of the city reestablishing general fund reserves so that the city had available resources to manage through those unforeseen circumstances. We also presented a 10-year pro forma model that we developed, demonstrating the effect of the operating budget and general fund reserves after taking into account certain tax initiatives and or cost reduction measures. Following our meeting with council, we then took our findings to our fellow residents by conducting 4 community meetings held in different parts of the city. Our objective in those meetings to allow the residents who attended to understand that they also had a voice. To facilitate that, we conducted real-time electronic surveys asking for their feedback on certain initiatives. By creating this task force, the city's allowed me and other residents an opportunity to emotionally invest in a process that will allow our city, with its rich heritage, to look forward to a bright financial future. Thank you.
We hope you've enjoyed the ride and the comeback story of us building a bright future while honoring our rich heritage. Thank you.
Thank you, Placentia.